So it takes a second for everyone to get loaded.
Can I see you?
They can see me, but I can see on the right all the attendees, who's loading, who's in, and it takes a couple minutes, but we'll get started. All right, guys, welcome to our Green to Bling training. Sarah and I are so excited to come together and join forces, Team Phoenix and Team Body Burn to launch our first training together. I think that we both have, very different resources and styles, and I think this is going to be, like double the pleasure, double the fun, because we each have our own styles to share, and you guys do. You guys all have your own individual personalities and light to bring to this. So we just can't wait to do this together. We know that you've probably been through other trainings in the past, and it was our goal to make it something a little bit different. So first, we're gonna get started by introducing ourselves, because some of you don't know me and some of you don't know Sarah. So, so just a little bit about me. Before I let Sarah take the stage, I am a mom to 3. I live here in Gainesville, Florida. I just moved here from upstate New York, so my life has been a whirlwind, but Sarah said that's child's play because she does this all the time, but I'm still reeling from this. It's really been the toughest time of my business, but what a blessing to have this business, right? Like this kind of business when you the residual income, the flexibility, it's amazing. But like I said, I have kids, and we for a good year before I did anything. I was, I'll take my Shakeology discount and I'll be fine. But like secretly, I was stalking coaches for a full year. I was just stalking them to see what they were doing. I have a fitness background. I'm a personal trainer and group fitness instructor, so I kind of was a snob. I was like, oh, well, I have a degree, I have certifications. Anybody can pay $40, right? So, but the reality is I wasn't gonna get make a real income doing that, right? I'm not gonna make, if I wanna have a family and and be home with my children, there was no way to make a real income teaching classes or personal training at a gym. So I just kind of, like I said, stalked these people and was just having great results with Shakeology. It helped me out of a funk with my 3rd baby. Had a run with postpartum depression and just had a hard time with energy and not feeling good about myself. So Shakeology was that like lift for me. It kind of got me out of that. It was giving me energy, and then the coaching opportunity, once I started messing around with challenge groups, I found that I needed that social support. I needed that network. I needed that connection. And I realized that there were so many other moms out there like me who needed that too. And so that's where it started for me 2.5 years ago. I would say it was April of 2013 that I launched my first free group. And just kind of took off. And now, a 9-star diamond, elite 2014. Going forward again this year. I met Sarah last summer online. And I had a few success partners didn't quite work out, but it's just been so awesome to have somebody who shares the same goals. We mesh well, we have different ideas and styles, and it's just having the right success partner makes all the difference. So that's a little bit about me. I'm gonna pass it off to Sarah to introduce herself.
Can I just talk, or do you have to share this?
Just talk, yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm Sarah Lenore, and I just adore Megan. I think she's amazing, and I'm so blessed that our paths cross. It's like online dating, right? I've had my share of success partners too, and luckily her and I just fit and we work very well together, so we can't stress enough success partners, and I'm sure Megan will talk more about that, but I just have to give her a shout out. So I'm excited about this group, and for all of you guys pushing for diamond, because it's an exciting rank. It's kind of where everything just takes off. So a little bit about me. I'm a military spouse. She mentioned that, and we just got through a big move ourselves from Monterey, California to Elizabeth City, North Carolina. So we did a clear cross-country move. It was crazy, and yes, while I do that every 3 to 4 years, this one has hit pretty hard. it was a challenging move, and my business, while it hasn't suffered, it's just been a challenge. And so I'm grateful, like Megan, that I have this business to kind of fall back on and be flexible with my work hours and schedule and all that stuff. So I am counting my blessings with that. But I got started with this business. It kind of just fell in my lap because I had just had a baby and I wanted to get my body back. So it was a very selfish reason for joining. Military, sign up for free. We get that free waived fees and all that good stuff, which is pretty cool. So I said, sure, sign me up. I'll save 25% off on this product, and I'll do Les Mills Pump because I just want to get my body back. So sure enough, the programs worked. They proved me right. I had great results, and I decided to start sharing it. Actually, my husband did. He posted my before and after pictures with Les Mills Pump because he had done it with me, and they went viral, and it just kind of never turned back from there. I loved being a part of health and fitness. I've been around it and involved with it my whole life. I was a college D1 soccer player, and so I've loved working out and sweating, and then also that camaraderie of being around like-minded people and women, especially. College soccer, you're around these girls 24/7, so it was kind of like getting to be around that team again. And so yeah, I loved it, ran with it, and it's gotten me now where I'm at now with being an 8-star diamond coach, elite 2014, pushing just like Megan, where our goals are just so neck and neck. It's amazing. So we're excited to share our tips and tricks with you, what's pushed us and gotten us to where we are in our business through this diamond training. So that is a little bit about me, and I'll pass it back to Megan to talk about her diamond journey.
Awesome. Thanks, Sarah. So yeah, that's what we're moving on to next. We want to talk about our diamond journeys, just to kind of give you maybe a little bit of an example of what it could look like, and yours will look different, possibly. But before I move on, I'm just going to say this about, maybe this is better for later, but I want you to start taking notes now. And the first thing I want to say is, I know Sarah just said it, but the importance of a success partner, especially during this time, I think is when I really needed it the most, was during this hard time in my life with the move. Like, I wanted my business, I was pushing it, but I was so out of whack, and I would get kind of down, and just like to reach out to somebody, because if I didn't have Sarah to reach out to, I think I could have taken like a much deeper dip, and I just think it's so important that that's something that you are constantly seeking. If you don't have that in your life yet, use this group to find that person who is looking for the same things, because there are dips and valleys, peaks and valleys. You already know that in this business, and you're going to meet that person. So, okay, so my diamond journey, let's see, I actively started coaching. I think I sold my first challenge pack in June of 2013, and I decided that I pretty much wanted to be diamond as quickly as possible. So I put anybody who wanted a challenge pack, I sold them on the coach opportunity immediately. I didn't care who they were. They were immediately, that was what they were going to do, is the coach challenge pack. So I had like 5 coaches within a month. Well, it got a little harder to keep some of those coaches, and I was learning a lot, making a lot of mistakes. I don't have applying support who was able to tell me what to do. I was kind of figuring it all out. And so I ended up not probably hitting diamond until like October. So I probably have 5 coaches by June, July, and it took me a few more months to really solidify it, because it's those emeralds that are harder to get. So it was challenging towards the end, because I wasn't doing a good job with keeping my people on Shakeology. I wasn't doing a good job at sharing the value of it. I was just coming right to this challenge pack purchase, which I do, or this coaching challenge pack option, which I do encourage my coaches to do, but I encourage them to do it in a much different way than I was doing. So yeah, I learned a lot through that experience, but it took me, I would say, about 6 months to get there. Everyone thinks you must have done it in 3 months, but that wasn't the reality. It took me a little while. And so I would say I hit at about October of 2013. How about you, Sarah?
Well, proof that Megan and I are like complete opposites. I actually wrote mine down, and I have dates and stuff. So I forgot to tell you guys when I even signed up as a coach. So it was right after I had Emma. It was in February, I think, of 2012. And so I had my first check, February 29th of 2012, and it was $59. It was all retail. So, so that was pretty cool, right? Then fast forward, 6 months to August, and that's when I hit diamond for the first time. So it took me about 6 months too. But to kind of give you guys some background info, my first two coaches that ever signed up with me immediately turned around and canceled. I did not know what to do. I was not leader material when I first signed up because I didn't know what to do. I didn't have all these, tools and trainings like you guys did. It was literally me and my upline coach, and we didn't know what the heck we were doing. We're orphan coaches, if you will. And so they immediately canceled, and I had to start from scratch all over again. So I, hustled and bustled because once I stick my mind to something, I want to get it done, which is probably a lot like many of you. So I wanted to be diamond. I knew that $18 cycle bonus was key, and I wanted to make money. Not that dollar signs drive me, but I just thought it would be cool to be blingy and bright and diamond. So August of 2012, I hit diamond, and my emerald coaches that helped me get there specifically were signed up in May and June. So that tells you that it took them about 2 to 3 months to hit emerald. So if that kind of gives you a breakdown of 6 months to get there completely with signing up coaches and getting your coaches to emerald, allowing about 2 to 3 months. I also dropped from diamond to let you guys know that the end of that year, and it took me until February the next year to get back to diamond. So I got comfortable, and that's something else that I wanted to talk to you guys about. Is diamond isn't where you just get there and you kind of chill and you're like, sweet, I made it. That's where your business actually starts taking off. And if you get comfortable, you're going to lose rank. If you quit adding coaches, if you quit inviting, if you quit doing your vitals, and you're just like sitting and enjoying the view, bad things are going to happen to your business like they did for me. And I wasn't doing it in like a cocky sense. I got comfortable, and I was like, sweet, I've got my little team. I'm good. I'm happy. And unfortunately, that crashed, and I had to rebuild. And I know a lot of my team has had to do that. Some coaches on my team, they've they've just gotten stuck, and they've had to kind of revamp their team and kind of reculturize it, add some new players to the team. So that happens too, but just don't get comfortable, and hopefully it won't happen to you. So that's my little breakdown for you on how I got to diamond.
Yeah, I'm glad Sarah mentioned that. It is so easy to happen all the time that coaches get to diamond and they kind of stall because it was such a push to get there, and they get comfortable and they feel like, oh, I made it. But reality is my original diamond structure, there are maybe 3 people still in that. One is my husband. One is like my Andrea Stevens. Those are my only 2 emeralds. Were my Andrea Stevens, one of my top coaches, and then my husband, and then like my mother-in-law. Those are my only lasting. So I say that not to discourage you, like, oh my gosh, all these people are going to leave me. I say that because I feel like everyone thinks, I feel like my team tends to get discouraged because they might sign a lot of discount coaches and they feel bad that they're not attracting business builders. But I just want to encourage you that it's okay to not be attracting business builders. Now, what I think what it did for me to get to that diamond rank, even though it was not a lot of business builders yet, it gave me a confidence that I started to attract business builders. And so my diamond structure became much more solid. Even when I would drop people, they would be, discount coaches who were less engaged. And then it got stronger and stronger as I grew in confidence. So I still do encourage my team when you're pushing for that diamond rank to offer the challenge pack, the coach challenge pack, but just recognize that you don't want to you can't expect your diamond structure to be built all on that and not have it, crash like a house of cards. So now we're just going to talk about what this is going to look like for the next 10 weeks. We shared our kind of follies and mistakes with you, but guess what? Like, you guys have such a different support system than we did. So we're here to teach you, from our mistakes. Both of us were kind of doing this on a whim, figuring out on our own. So yeah, we crashed and burned a few times, but hopefully you have a net here, and we can kind of offer our guidance from our experience. That's what this group is going to do for you. So we decided to not bog you down with a bunch of these calls because we know that you have lives and families, and this is like the sacred hour. And the last thing we want to do is give you another call to listen to because we know that there's so much to do. So, we want to, you're big girls. You guys, listen to your own. You have your team trainings. You have your, other trainings in this group. So this is all it's going to be as far as this is concerned. You're going to have Mondays and Tuesdays, some kind of training or assignment from us in the group. Also on Thursdays and Fridays, you'll see something from us. Wednesdays will be more of a catch-up day. Perhaps it's your big hustle or invite day, but that'll be a day where it's a little bit more of a down, so you can take some time to possibly catch up or really do like an inviting blitz. And then the weekends will be like that as well. Sarah and I will take turns posting. You'll hear from both of us equally, but just know that we're both very much engaged, very much willing to help anybody here. What else? Some of my team is used to, we do like a power hour check-in in another group. There will be none of that here. If you are pushing for Diamond, if you're not doing your power hour daily, it's going to reveal itself very quickly and you will not have people to invite. So we're not gonna hold your hand through the power hour. It should be a no matter what. It should be a given in your business at this point. If you are going for Diamond, if that's not going to be a reality for you, then I don't think Diamond should be a goal for you. So we're just respecting that you guys are mature and you are doing your power hour consistently. So we're not gonna hold you, so don't worry about us, but we will be, the accountability will be in the invites because that's pretty much what it's gonna take, recruiting to get to Diamond rank. Recruiting and then obviously a little bit of leadership with your emeralds. So that will be the accountability push that will have those invitations. You'll see that I provided a Google Doc that has, you can put your name in, and then each day that you invite somebody, you're gonna put your name in that day. And that's just kind of a way for you to track. Hopefully you're tracking elsewhere. But tracking is so important when you are inviting because you need to be able to follow up with those people. And we are asking you to be inviting at least 3 people a week, or I should say 30 people. 30 people. By the end of this, we're asking you to invite at least 30 people to this. And you might consider beefing up that number if you're just at an emerald. Some of you are a little bit further along. You might consider that, but we're just going to kind of hold you to that mark. And we'll be checking in, your leader will kind of check in and see where you're at. So if you have trouble finding that, I think I tagged everybody, but let us know. But basically, you're just gonna jot your name in, and that's just a way for us to help you if we feel like you're maybe having a hard time with that invitation. If you're one of those who says, well, I just don't have people to invite, that just means that power hour needs to look a little bit different. Maybe instead of connecting with 3 new people, it's 5 new people. Maybe beefing up those numbers so that you have more incoming. The more outgoing you have, messages, connections, the more incoming you're gonna have. So you should see that steady flow day to day if you're putting out enough on a daily basis. Yeah, I think Sarah's gonna talk about the Emerald trainings and yes, that's it.
Yeah, so Megan is right that this is a numbers game. I played the numbers game when getting to Diamond. The more baskets that you shoot, the more chances you have for the ball to actually go through the hoop. And I'm not a basketball player, so I should say soccer. The more chances you shoot in the ball at the goal, the more chances you'll go in. And so on the flip side of the whole invitation and recruiting, now once you start recruiting these people to your team, you have to start teaching them and duplicating. And so I try, and Megan we both try to do a very good job of having systems in place for you guys so that you can just take it, make it your own or not, and duplicate it to your team. And so as a leader, it is your job to duplicate what you're doing to help get your coaches to the emerald rank that you just hit, or that you've been at, or that you've accomplished, and now you're pushing forward, to Diamond. So to help you guys with that, being an emerald factory, we are going to co-host 2 different emerald training groups. There'll be 7-day emerald quick pushes to emerald, one in October the 5th that week, and then one in November 2nd, starting that week. So that will give you an opportunity to plug your coaches into our systems and our trainings again, to hopefully help push them to get you to Diamond, because you will need 2 emeralds to get to diamond. And so along the same lines of adding coaches to your team, if you do have any questions about placement, it's a tricky, hairy, boogery thing. I still get caught up in like who goes where and what and how. So if you do struggle with that, please reach out, because I've made so many mistakes with just filling in the holes and placement in general. I've had to cancel my husband twice and move him around. So I don't want any of my coaches or Megan's to make the same mistakes that I have, and she probably has done a better job of catching that than I did in the beginning, because I didn't know better. So if you do have questions about placement, please reach out, because I'd hate for you to pick a wrong spot and then you're kind of screwed because you missed the window to move them or what have you. So we'd love to help you with that, or at least I would. And then to close out, there will be prizes every week for the top recruiter. And so that means that you are sending these invitations, that you're inviting people to the challenge, to the opportunity, to be a part of your team, to listen to a call, to jump in a group, and gain some more information about Beachbody, about coaching, about challenge groups. And so the more that you invite, the higher chances you are to actually recruit and have those people signing up with you. So there will be a top recruiter named each week. We're going to monitor that from our back office with how many coaches you're actually adding to your team. And then tiebreakers will be broken by Success Club points, and then tiebreakers will be broken by personal volume. So we are excited to reward you guys for your hard work. Obviously, the end of the group, after the 10 weeks, there will be a big pot of money, and I don't even know what it's at. Megan, do you know what it's at?
I don't know for certain, but it's over 2,000.
And that's with us matching it?
Yeah.
Sweet. There's a big pot.
Yes.
A big pot for some big shiny blingy diamonds at the end of this. So we're in this with you guys. Like Megan and I said, we're here to help you and teach you and train you, but we're also here to celebrate with you, and we want to reward you for all of your hard work too. So yeah, so that's kind of in a nutshell what to expect. I don't think I have anything else. Do you?
No, but we can open it up for questions. Why don't I just kind of recap, and because we went through a lot of stuff in a kind of a short amount of time, so I'll just recap for you guys. Go, write this down. Just what we talked about. We talked about Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, Fridays when you're going to see trainings or assignments from us. You might see like a little pop challenge or something here or there. Wednesdays and weekends are going to be more your catch-up time. Your like inviting blitzes. I know for me, I tend to do more like invitations in like, what's the word? Like I don't space them out so much. I kind of go on like a blitz for like a day or a couple days. That tends to be the way I work best. So doesn't matter, how you do it, but tracking your invites on the Google Doc. I provided it in the file section. So tracking your invites there. At least 3 a week. We're going for at least 30 in the 10 days at least, meaning some of you may need to invite more to get there. We are hosting 2 Emerald trainings to help you get your coaches to Emerald. Sarah, you mentioned October 5th and November 2nd. Okay, those are the dates. Write those down. You want to get your coaches in there. Get more than 2. Get as many as you can in there who are willing to, or who have that as a goal. We're rewarding top recruiter every week. And there's a prize pot at the end that will be split between whoever hits diamond, and there's going to be, is there something I missed? Top recruiter and prize pot. Is that everything? Okay, I think that's the recap. Cool, okay.
I will add one thing though, that follow-up is key. So along with tracking, that you're going back and following up, because that's where a lot of people get missed, is if you don't follow up. You'll agree, huh? Yeah.
Yes, myself included.
Yeah.
Tracking. Yeah, and we can offer, and that's what this group is here for. Perhaps you've had like, situations where like, well, I followed up with this person, but I haven't heard back. We can talk about that a little bit more. Do we have questions? There's a little chat window over here on the right. If any of you guys want to ask any questions. because you guys have invested in this, you've put some skin in the game by, putting in $25, you can expect Sarah and I to be following up with you and kind of on you. If you're not inviting, if you're not checking in, there is an expectation if you're committed to this group to participate, to provide value, to comment, to be engaged. And I don't harass necessarily so much in my other trainings because when new coach trainings, stuff like that, but this is where you've actually put cash in, so that means you're committed. And that's why I'm saying, we'll be knocking at your door if we're not hearing from you. So just know that you're going to have that accountability. And that's what this is all about. Liz says, is there any way to make sure the trainings are captioned and the videos too? That I don't know. I don't know because they're generally YouTube videos. And most will not be ours that we've created necessarily. Liz, do you have a deaf coach, or is that why you're asking? Andrea says, if we have people that we are in the middle of talking to about coaching, does that count as invites?
Yeah.
Yeah, if we have people that we are in the middle of talking to about coaching, does that? Yeah. I would say yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Liz, let me know if you're, if you have that need on your team as far as, you mean for the Emerald training? I'm guessing that's what you might be talking about. Does anybody else have any questions? I see there's a lot of military spouses in here.
I know, I attract like-minded.
I have one in here. The rest of them are yours. I think I have one. Any other questions? Liz, you said you do. You do have a coach who's deaf. We can talk. We'll talk about that. I knew that was going to happen with you. I know you're going to. So I was wondering how we're going to, but we'll talk. We'll chat one-on-one. Liz is an interpreter. She's a sign language ASL interpreter. There is a closed caption option on YouTube videos. Yeah, they're terrible, unfortunately, the closed caption. I've tried that when we had another girl, but man, it does not translate very well, unfortunately. Yeah, most of them are awful. You do, Megan. Oh, yes, you. Sorry.
So Claudine, the coaches that you sign do not have to be business builders. They can be discount coaches.
Oh, I did not see that. To clarify, do the coaches to be assigned have to be business builders only? Oh, yes. No. Yeah.
Well, any of the coaches we've spoken to, and they want to hear more about coaching, but are waiting for their 16th first discount coaching. Yes, Kayleen, yes, those can count as prospects or invitees or whatever you want to call them. Same sunglasses. Oh, y'all are wearing the same glasses. Okay.
What would be a good invite goal per week? Well, we're holding you to at least 3. And based on what your business center looks like and how many you need to hit your goal, and I mean, I'm sure Sarah might be able to advise you better, but as far as this training is concerned,
What are your goals, Megan? Maybe that would help if they knew what our goals were.
What, to invite per week?
Mm-hmm.
In my Dash to Diamond training that we've been doing, I say at least 3 to 5 is my expectation.
Yeah, that's what I typically say is 5 a week. Okay. Yeah, so just so not to confuse, Kayleen asked a great question, but I'm going to be hosting a sneak peek group, coaching sneak peek group for my coaches and my team, and I know Megan does the same. So that's what she's asking, if they can invite those people to those as well, and I think that's a great idea. So
yes, and ours will be the same week, actually, okay. 21st. So anybody on either of our teams, there's going to be a sneak peek for your prospective team on the 21st.
Yeah, perfect.
We are currently wearing the same glasses, Kayleen.
Oh,
He has good style then, I guess.
fashionistas. Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody else have any questions? This is fun. I like doing this with you.
I know. I've never done one like this.
I voice messaged 2 prospects today with something I had noticed with them that showed me why I thought they'd make a great coach or benefit from coaching via voice Facebook message. Do you recommend otherwise and best follow-up? I think voice messaging is a fantastic way to connect with people because it's more personal. Do you recommend otherwise and best follow-up? Yeah, I mean, if you haven't heard from them in a couple days, I might, message them, but I would give them some time to, think about it or get back to you. Or, you can, if you don't hear from them, you can invite them to the sneak peek. No pressure, but I'm having the sneak peek. If you're not sure if this is something that would be a good fit for you, maybe you want to check out this 5-day low pressure environment, something to that effect. That's probably the way I would. Kayleen, you're all about fashion? Well, I'm not, so I'm glad to know that I'm.
Yes, you are, friend.
Amy, inviting them to the What is Coaching webinar with link as well. Amy, yes, my team is having a What is Coaching opportunity call tomorrow. So that's an option for my team, the live webinar tomorrow. And then there's always a recording to share. That's generally how I invite people. I give them a recording of, if I don't have an upcoming sneak peek or a live event, I send them a recording of one previous call I've done to share with them the details. Now, I mean, is this the right time? I don't want to make this go longer than it has to, but Sarah, is this the right time to meet? Would this be a good opportunity for us to talk about the 5-point quick chat invitation that Christine Dwyer shared with us?
Yeah.
That's been effective for me. I don't know if you've used that. Sarah and I both have gone through Christine Dwyer's Business Bootcamp and Diamond Forces. If you're not familiar with that, check the Platinum Presenters back office, but it's hardcore. It's no joke. But she shared with us the 5-point quick chat invitation, and I found it to be very helpful with where I was at, being very uncomfortable and not very confident in inviting at that time. I was very nervous and sweaty. She actually required us to make phone calls, which I'm not necessarily asking you to do. And I don't know if it was more effective or not, but it definitely helped me to get over myself. But basically what she would have you do is she would have you touch base with somebody and have another reason that she would be contacting them. She used an example about like her kid's karate instructor, like, hey, I wanted to check with you about the schedule, when are you offering this class? Something to that effect. By the way, I wanted to ask you about X, Y, and Z because I think you'd be great at it for this X, Y, and Z reason. If I were to send you a video, would you take a look? So, and she'd make it real short and precise. I've got to make this, I've got to go take a phone call real quick, but I wanted to see if I gave you this video, would you take a look? And they, of course, are going to say yes because they're polite and they're like, sure, whatever, not a big deal. And then she's like, great, here's the link, check it out. When do you think you'll have a chance to look at it? And they're going to say, oh, tonight, tomorrow, whatever. But you're basically giving them like a deadline or like your accountability to check it out rather than laying out a video and then waiting for them to call you back. So you basically lay it out there. When are you going to have a chance to look at it? They tell you a date. Great. I'll follow up with you on Thursday. And then they're expecting to hear from you. Then you don't feel like you're nagging somebody. They are expecting a follow-up. It's not the same as when you lay out a link and you hear crickets and you message them and you hear crickets. They know they're going to hear from you. So I like that because it made me feel better about the follow-up. They expect to hear from me. Oftentimes they don't watch it because they're busy. Oh, no problem. I'll check back with you. Or when do you think you'll have a chance to watch it? They'll give you another date. Awesome. I'll connect with you. That's helped me. Perhaps it helps you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it helps me a ton. And that's like my exact script. And so if you're on my team, you have access to my scripts. And I can share that with the group if you want. But that's pretty much my exact script, minus the abrasiveness of Christine. But I've added in my own like sweet and, text and talk. I say y'all and all that stuff. So
The one thing that she says to do is provide a disclaimer, which I love this, and I do this. You say, I don't know if you'd ever be interested in something like this, but
yeah,
I think you'd be awesome for X, Y, and Z. And so she says that you need that disclaimer at front end. Oh, this is probably not up your alley, but
yeah,
it totally takes the pressure off of like, oh my gosh, here comes the MLM girl. So I like that. The disclaimer, the compliment, the quick, the quick follow up. So you don't feel, and that way you're not in a position to have to like answer questions, because if you make it so that they have time to like chat with you, then they're gonna, and then you're gonna be like, I don't know, but you make it kind of a quick, connection, so that you're not in a position to like have to answer questions, because if you're not quite comfortable there yet, now I'm a little more comfortable in those conversations, so it's not quite as big a deal. But I remember for a long time I felt like I needed that quick chat.
That's a good point, because I know there's a lot of new emeralds in this training that that if they do ever get stuck with like, crap, what do I say? Like, how do I answer this question? Because some people will actually watch the videos that you send them and they'll have questions, and you're like, oh crap, what do I say? How do I respond to that? I don't know that yet. So please bring this to the group, or bring in, especially to us as your upline coaches, but bring them to the group and we can talk about it, and other people might have ideas on what to say, and Megan and myself too, we can chime in, because that's good learning lessons for not just, new coaches, but for us too as leaders. So
absolutely. Kayleen says that script has helped her a ton because she's not so uncomfortable either right now. It's scary, but I love how it puts it, and it has helped get people interested, and they seem more open and not so hesitant. I agree. You make it more casual and low key and no pressure, and then they're open to listen. This is what you got. The other script, I know that you probably have a script like this, and our team has. I took it from Anita Miron's. I think I've edited it a little bit. I edit mine to make it sound more like me, but anybody who's interested in the challenge pack, I have a little blurb how I talk about why you should go to the coach option first. I mean, most people do it. In the beginning, I was really uncomfortable using it, but now it's copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. Everybody, I mean, not at this point, but when I'm trying to rank advance, when I'm trying to like get it, I need coaches to hold a spot or whatever. So I strongly encourage that you find a good script that works for you, edit it, but use that with everybody that you're signing up with the challenge pack, because it's not about getting it's about getting those coaches right now. Okay, I need these scripts. I'll share what I have. We probably have the same one.
Yeah, I'll share Melanie, and yeah, we'll put them in the group. That way y'all got access to them.
Yeah, put those all in the files section for everybody to access.
Yeah.
Oh, Claudine asks me, what is the date for the sneak peek for Team Phoenix? September 21st. Mm-hmm. And the live call is tomorrow night.
Cool.
Any other questions? Sarah, do we have one of these?
A call, or?
I'm guessing she means a live call.
We do not. That's because I haven't set one up. We're having a group though, so we're not doing a live call, but we do have a group the same week as the 21st. Yeah.
Krista says thanks. Anybody else? Well, we won't hold you any longer than we have to, because we know that you have lots of exciting things to do on your Wednesday or your Tuesday night. Well, guys, thanks so much for committing to this. We're here for you. Please know that this group is here for you, and really, really excited these next 10 weeks. Sarah, you have anything else to say as we close out?
I'm excited. I'm so excited. That's all.
All right. Well, y'all have a great night.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.